Today I've been to the GP for the first time in a very long time, and this is one of the reasons why I hardly ever go to a GP even if there's something wrong or something that I have that needs sorting out. I just don't understand how it's necessary for the GP to do something like this. If somebody knows or has an explanation to why the GPs do this, then please put it down in the comments. To me, someone's name alone is enough to get their attention to go to the right room where the GP is and all of that. I understand, people who are blind can't see the screen, so they can't see their name up on there. So having a voice come over to say the name, then that means that blind people are catered to. It makes sense for that. But why have the title of someone involved as well? It just doesn't make any sense. I went to the GP because I had this really weird thing happen to me, and it was just genuinely really scary. Nothing to do with medically transitioning at all. So for anybody who doesn't know, my name's Franco. I'm a 25-year-old transgender person living in England currently, and I've been medically transitioning for 1 year and 10 months roughly. I think the last time I went to the GP was 2021, I believe. And before that, genuinely cannot remember the last time I went to the GP at all, because it's not a place that I like to go to. Even if I've got something that I need to get checked out, I just never get it checked out at all. They just make me feel so uncomfortable there. I don't believe that it is just specifically GP that I go to. I believe that it would be any GP, because even in hospitals I hate being in there and they just make me feel so uncomfortable. I realistically think that GP surgery should be somewhere that's safe, like a positive place to go to, as if it was, then I wouldn't be at all fearful of going there or feel uncomfortable to go there. I've thought about many times changing and switching GPs, but the logistics of it just haven't worked out because of GP catchment areas and the fact that I don't live near a GP that I could switch to, and the GP that I go to is 10-15 minute walk down the road. Practically any other GP I would have to get a bus there and a bus back, so there's that as well. I think I remember they had the screen, they had it where only your name would come up with no voiceover calling you. They had your title come up as well, which in my case is Miss. In 2019 I had my name legally changed, and ever since then I've had my name changed at the GP to my new name. Ever since I've had my name changed, on the screen in the GP it has come up with my new name. I think what has happened there is because I haven't had my gender marker changed, I don't have a GRC yet, they can't change the title, I'm guessing, I'm not sure, but my deed poll certificate changed my title from Miss to Mr, and I showed them my deed poll and they changed my name, but I just don't know at all what happened with the Mr part, because it's been so long since I last been there, and because I don't go in there at all, I just didn't think about this at all. I just assumed the title and name had both been changed, but obviously it hasn't, which is annoying and frustrating and humiliating for me, because when I was in there just waiting, I got there about 5 minutes before my appointment time, and I was just waiting there minding my own business, not really expecting anything. There was a few people in there, I think there was about 10 people in total, so not a massive amount of people. It wasn't completely full, which I'm glad for. My name come up on the screen, and then it had like a voiceover, like a computer generated voice saying Miss and then my name, and then please go to whatever room it was that I had to go to. Like I said, probably 10 people in total in the waiting room, and literally as soon as I moved to get up, people immediately basically snapped their neck to look at me, and I was like, well, that was completely and utterly unnecessary realistically. But what they did was pick up and notice on the fact that the screen and the computer voice said Miss, and that's how it referred to me as. And to me, that's what was completely and utterly humiliating, having to get up in front of these people that I don't really know and walk past them to have to go to the room where the doctor was. It's genuinely things like this that make me not want to go to do things, and it might be something that most cisgender people not even think about and not even realise. Some people might just be like, get over it, but it's just things like this that make it public humiliation, essentially. The whole time I got up and walked past them, I was just being stared at like I was at some sort of freak show. I could tell by all of their faces, they were working things out and trying to wonder why I was looking the way that I do with the name or title of Miss. Well, for my own safety, I don't want to be outed in public, which is what this was, in my opinion. I just realistically don't want to cause a situation to happen or like a conflict to happen and get into some sort of public situation. As soon as I saw and heard Miss and then my name, all I wanted to do was just instantly turn invisible and not be noticed or seen by anybody at all. And I would have much rather have had no one else in the waiting room. But that's just hoping and wishing for that. But then realistically, I just didn't know that this was going to happen. How could I have known it was going to happen when I didn't know? And it's just a very small thing that's just had such an impact on my life and my day. It's going to take a few days for me to even essentially recover from this, which sounds silly and stupid that it's a relatively small thing to have had happened, but then it's just impacting my life and my day. And the next few days are just going to be me having depression set off my gender dysphoria and made me more aware of it, and it just made it worse. It also made me feel like I just wanted to run out of the building, but then it wouldn't have got my thing that I went in there for sorted out. So I just stood up, walked in the direction of the room, and just not sprinted, but I walked as fast as I could without making it look weird, straight to the room, knocked on the door, went into the room, sat down and spoke to the GP about what my problem was, and they spoke to me. So hopefully that can get sorted out. Let's just hope the next few days are not that bad.